Hello, and welcome back to Surfing Adversity with Antaeus. I am your host, Antaeus Dalsinos, and for episode 6 of Surfing Adversity, I am going to talk to you about finding peace. Finding peace in life can only be achieved by understanding and restricting our ego mind's deceptive interpretations of what we observe in life. Observation is the fundamental force in the construction of our reality. What we observe and how we interpret those observations is what builds our life. In other words, what we see is what we get. What we focus on charts our path. So if we focus on the interpretations, expectations, and delusions of the ego mind, we will be pushed away from finding peace in life. Our interpretation of life is the roadmap to our future. Our ego mind thrives on, and in fact survives on, judgment and comparison. Judgment of ourself, others, our situations and circumstances in life, as well as the situations and circumstances of others, and the comparison of ourself to others, as well as the comparison of our circumstances to the circumstances of others. How often are people content until the time they see others with more or finer things? The contentment vanishes, not in what they themselves possess, but in its comparison to the possessions of others. Now, I know most people have an aversion to hearing Bible verses, but this is precisely what Jesus was saying in the parable of the laborers in the vineyard in Matthew 20. A farmer went out first thing in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard, and after agreeing with them on a satisfactory wage for the day, he sent them to work. The farmer later, after 3 hours, went back out to recruit more laborers, then again at 6 hours, again at 9 hours, and once more at 11 hours. When the day ended, the farmer paid them each the same wage. But the first workers grumbled, complained, and became upset, even though they received the payment they had agreed upon and were content with, until they compared their payment to that of the others, who were paid the same for doing less work. Their loss of peace did not come from the wage they earned, but from the comparison and judgment of the unfairness highlighted by their ego minds. Their focus was not on what they had, but on what others had. We all need to run our own race, instead of being distracted by our ego mind's judgments and comparisons to others. We also need to detach ourselves from expectations. Live life not according to where you think your actions will take you, or the respect or wealth you might expect to garner, but live life because you are being drawn or pulled in the direction of your future. Like I said in episode 2, Living Above Thought, people often approach their present life with the thoughts and mindset that they have been and continue to be propelled by their past, instead of recognizing the pull of the wisdom of life drawing us into our future or our destiny. The past is simply a trail of stepping stones we experienced, which we each allowed to guide us to our present life. We can continue to allow our present and future life to be at the mercy of our past experiences, which is usually the result of focusing our attention on what should or should not have happened, or not recognizing the troubles and challenges we have faced in the past as stepping stones to our future. This is like paying for a lesson and then refusing to learn anything from it. Instead, we should rise above the thoughts that our past challenges are pushing us to an unwanted future, and trust in the pull from the future that the wisdom of life will continue to draw us forward. Allowing ourselves to be pushed from our past is a little like taking a child's wagon by the handle and pushing it across the yard. It twitches back and forth and is easily pushed off course. Then one wrong move and you're in a wreck. On the other hand, the wagon can be pulled across the yard effortlessly without ever straying off course. And even when it does take a detour to pick up a few stepping stones or a load of experience, it was still on course. I guess you could say, don't put your cart before the horse, or don't push your cart. Allow your cart to be pulled forward into your destiny. Trust that the inherent wisdom of life will continue to draw you forward. This does not mean that we will never be saddled with difficulties and heartbreak. And when we are subjected to challenges or loss, feeling bad or sad for a short time is okay. We do not need to always put on a happy face and pretend everything is great, but we must not get lost in the sorrow. I may have said this a few times in previous episodes of Surfing Adversity, and in fact I'm sure I wrote it in each of my last 3 books. We cannot shield ourselves from pain, but we can choose not to suffer. We need to get this reality to stick in our understanding of life. Pain and adversity have a purpose. Pain and adversity have the power to drive our evolution toward finding peace. Suffering, on the other hand, restricts and binds us in a pit of despair, blinding us from seeing and being open to the constructive and forward-building path that the pain and adversity presents. Like I said in Episode 1 of Surfing Adversity, there are times when we do not need to be happy about a negative situation or circumstance in our life. But if it is something we cannot change, we do need to accept it and keep moving forward. Finding peace in life is not about never being subjected to challenges or heartbreak. Finding peace comes from rising above the challenges and heartbreak, instead of getting bogged down and allowing our light to be dimmed by suffering and despair. This is the whole idea behind Surfing Adversity. Surfing adversity is to experience and stay afloat or on top of the challenges in life, accepting and commanding the inevitable and unexpected without sinking into those waves and allowing them to consume us. We must recognize the value and opportunity for growth that challenges and adversity bring to our life. Otherwise, half of our life ends up being a struggle in our own mind to deny a reality over which we may have no control. Finding peace comes from realigning our own expectations and interpretations of life into a mindset of acceptance, gratitude, and faith or trust. Don't waste time worrying about circumstances that are out of your control or what others think or do. Trust in the infallible wisdom of life to always pull you forward and continue to provide opportunities to build a peaceful, happy life, even from the ashes of adversity. May we all find peace in the trust and knowledge that we are always evolving and being drawn forward into our destiny of a peaceful, happy life. When we get our thinking on the right track of acceptance, gratitude, and faith, everything else in life will fall into place. It has to, because nothing can upset a peaceful state of mind. Well, that's all for today. Please feel free to contact me through my website, peacefulhappy.life, if you are struggling or even if you are not. None of us need to go through this alone. Until we meet again, have faith and enjoy the whole journey while surfing the adversity. Bye for now.